gentlemen, welcome back to the BOD Podcast. As you can see this week,
New place, new areas.
yeah, new environment, and we actually have video this week.
Special teams, special players.
Parks came in and everything so we could actually set up our podcast correctly this week, and we weren't just using a stool for a microphone and then all sitting in different random ass chairs across the room.
Yeah, the lighting also is gonna be a little weird. We'll hopefully have that fixed by next time. But you also might hear dogs or a cat might show up, but it is what it is. So, what are we to talk about today?
What are we going to talk about today? That is the real question.
You know what? A huge thing that I think would be interesting, because this is becoming more of a random thing we just talk about, like just, everything. As you can tell, Bryce is also here.
Yeah.
He's just
In spirit.
But it's like the different, not words or a thing. Gaming in general, especially for the Xbox space, dramatically how it's about to change. Like you saw the Steam thing. They're connecting. The CEO of Xbox said he's trying to get Steam onto Xbox.
Oh yes,
now.
that's right. Yes.
Huge.
That'll be game changer. Yeah.
Which also is like, is that gonna mean Helldivers will be on Xbox or Spider-Man?
So,
like,
I would say yes, because the platform itself. If the platform itself is integrated to Xbox, then they also have to integrate the games too. Because
not all the games though, because they would probably only make the games that are compatible for controller. Like they might make a sub app, like the Xbox Steam app, which would be, it would only show you games that are compatible with the controller, which Helldivers is.
That's fair, yes.
But PlayStation might be like, no, like do not put that on there. Yeah, even though they would make a percentage.
They make a killing off of that. They would make an absolute killing off of that.
But PlayStation, as you know, just does not like. They were the ones who.
They got to stick up their ass about.
They refused for like a good year to let Fortnite do a crossplay with PlayStation because of that. So it was the phone.
I don't know what their deal is about just having a genuine stick up their ass about sharing anything. They won't share their exclusive games. They won't share access.
The new CEO of PlayStation said that he's looking into broadening where his games are sold or something. I'm like, that's good.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, like
come on.
Helldivers on Xbox, amazing. Spider-Man on Xbox. You're looking at top games that will be bought by everybody.
Top dollar, yeah.
I probably wouldn't buy Spider-Man or God of War just because I've seen them played.
That's so real.
But Helldivers, for sure. We get Power Worlds on PlayStation and make it a huge crossplay. Like, that would be amazing too. Like, I guess the number one game that is wish list for Steam is coming to Game Pass. I don't know the game. What is it called?
I was about to say, what
it was like Lords something of Lords. It was like a huge medieval fighting game.
For Honor.
No. It definitely was not For Honor.
Definitely not. That game sucks. I hate that game.
What do you mean? It's fun. We need to play it sometime.
Dude, I will get so angry. That's my next video. Is me raging. That's my next video.
I rage on For Honor.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Literally, the first time I downloaded that game, I started and I was matchmaking a 1v1, and I got set up against some other dude that's been playing the game like 10 years longer than mine.
Yeah, you should never do a 1v1.
And then I went in there, and I was just barely trying to figure out how to hold my sword, and he's like, stun lock hit, stun lock hit, stun lock hit. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go fuck myself. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it is a very unforgiving game.
It's a game where people don't touch fucking grass.
This is
Bryce.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Stevie.
See you later, Bryce. Wouldn't that be funny? It's not.
It is, it's a very unforgiving game. It's kind of like Siege.
Okay,
like,
Siege is fun, though.
Well, yeah, for shooter, if you like shooters, but if you're not a shooter guy, like For Honor is your type of game. The only issue I have with For Honor is their whole thing at the beginning was, we want to make it feel as realistic as possible. Like when you block, you can parry, And then they added a monkey guy who can literally teleport across the fucking map.
Yeah.
And smoke my ass.
Yeah. Or what was the pirate person they added that like also had a gun that was like
yeah.
It was so stupid.
Well, see, like that's kind of realistic because at least you get a gun. Like you're not like unloading on someone, but like there's a dude with double swords that I play who does a side step shadow step into you and hurts you. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. When I played, I really loved playing Lawbringer just because I really like knights. So that's like the first character that I went to was which knight do I like the most. And I really loved his like battle axe type deal where you could go in and like do a jab and then you could have like a whole stun lock effect. Like I'm not gonna lie, there are so many controls in the game, so many different button combinations I could never memorize for one character. But I could memorize a combination for a stun lock.
Yeah. It's a very unforgiving game. My friend Connor's really good at the game. Like he's putting probably close to over a couple 100 hours into the game.
Mm-hmm.
What? So, you need to go. Go.
Dang, why are you kicking out Bryce?
Yeah. Well, the cat showed up at least. But it's a very unforgiving game. I feel like most Ubisofts are kind of like that. Ubisoft games.
Yeah.
Which I mean, Ubisoft is kind of in the bag right now.
Yeah.
For what they're doing to your favorite, probably franchise of all time, Star Wars. You hear about what they did with it?
No, tell me.
They locked out most of the new game, the Bounty Hunter game that they're releasing, behind a content wall of where you have to spend over $100 to even get the full story.
Excuse me?
Yeah, like the I'm not familiar with every Star Wars character. The one who's really fat, looks like a little turd, a big turd. Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt, like one of his main missions, or his mission that you greet him, is locked behind the seasonal pass. Yeah, and if this was an online game, like an open world game, I can understand, because like Destiny has, which
but
Destiny,
it's not. It's a download game.
Yeah, it's a single player game.
Yeah.
Nothing. Once you buy the game, and this is like what I don't. You haven't played Baldur's Gate.
Mm-mm.
Recommend it if you ever get it on Xbox specifically.
Gotcha.
I would definitely play with you on that. It's a long ass game, but it's all decision making. Once you buy the game, that's it. You pay the game. That's it.
Well, yeah, that's really how any downloadable game is.
Yeah. Well, that's what you think they should be. I mean,
yeah.
I love DC. I love playing the game, but like the Suicide Squad game.
I played their Avengers game. The one with
the Marvel Avengers,
like the big head dude. I forget his name.
Yeah, MODOK.
Yeah, I played that. I did not like it.
No, I played it too with friends, and I was like, this doesn't feel like I'm playing a story as much as I'm just standing in one place waiting for people to come to me.
Yeah.
It did not.
It also, it didn't feel like any upgrades or items I put on my people did anything.
Yeah.
I would go in and get a bunch of level 15 commons. And it was like, alright, well, this one's got 0.002% extra attack damage, so I guess I'll run that.
Games now, like, when I grind for something, if I don't get that one thing, which is fine, if I don't get that one thing, but like...
I'm getting off.
At least make it feel like I got something out of that worth it.
I didn't feel like I got jack shit in that game,
I see Borderlands, I feel like Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1 and 2 does the best at that. Like, when you grind for a boss, you may not get the one thing you want, but you do get decent amount of gear.
You know another game that does that? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let me tell you.
That's our sponsor for today.
We are proudly... I wish. But no, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Anything Lucasfilms, this guy would be like...
Let me tell you. This game, when you are grinding out on that game, and you go into multi-sim, you get so much more stuff. And it might not be what you need, but I guarantee you'll need that item later. When you're upgrading their gear, when you're upgrading their abilities, when you are upgrading their relic strength. Bro, anything about that, when you go in and you multi-sim in that game, any gear you get is necessary at some point. It might not be what you need at that exact moment, but I guarantee you're going to use that in something else.
Go ahead and clip that. Send that to them so they can sponsor us.
Yes, please sponsor us. I'm broke. Anyways.
And next sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude, can you imagine? Imagine if we got that email. It's like
any sort of sponsor would be so great.
How does that even work though? Like, do they email you and just like, hey, do you want to sponsor us?
No, I think you emailed them. You asked to be sponsored by them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. I know that like there were some games like there was a game called Spellbreak. It was on Xbox and it was a battle royale right when the peak of battle royales.
Yeah.
Like Warzone just came out.
That was fun when it came out.
Fortnite was still popping. Apex just came out. Battlefield released their battle royale.
Yeah.
What else was it? There was like a couple other more battle royales. Oh,
PUBG?
there was PUBG was still going. Still is going. But this game was about you were like these mage guys, and you had two hands.
Mm.
One hand it had either like ice, fire, wind, earth, or electric.
Okay.
And the other hand could have the same thing. So if like you do wind, like I would run wind tornado and then run fire, and it would catch the tornado on fire, or you run like earth that would like cause spikes.
Mm.
Where you can run earth with electricity. So when it hits them, then lightning comes down and will push them back down.
Oh, shit.
It was a super fun type game. And I reached out to him. I was streaming. At this time, I was at my peak streaming. I was getting like 10 to 12 people per day every time I was streaming. I hit over 200 followers. I was streaming about 8 hours a day, consistently, every single day. I got affiliated in less than a month. Like I was grinding, and they had a program where if you stream this game, if you stream this game, they would like reach out and sponsor you. And I thought I had a small little niche following, but I was getting up there. Obviously, I was growing.
Yeah.
And I reached out to them. I was like, hey, I'm a growing content creator. Like I know I'm just starting out, but like I love your game and I'm pretty good at it, and I know what I'm talking about, and I could talk about the stuff for your game and like get people to play it and get interested in the game, talk about the benefits of the game. And they turned me down, and I made a whole in my one live stream, I read it on my live stream, and I was like, I will never play this game again.
Dude.
And I hope it dies.
Oh
A month later, they shut down the servers completely.
Wow. It was all because of you.
Dude, I felt so bad though, because I was like, I wanted that game to be successful.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything for it. Like they kept the same stuff the whole time, and then they finally released like Ice, and they didn't manage the. There was like a poison one too. They didn't manage and this is what happens with a lot of games. There needs to be hot fixes and like when you release a game, and they weren't.
Yeah.
So like fire and acid would just destroy your ass because acid just melt you over time.
I'm curious, maybe if they didn't let you sponsor you is because
they knew they were probably shut down.
Well, they were probably broke. That's probably why they couldn't sponsor you, is because they were already trying to pay their own employees to try to get the game going.
Here's the thing. I even said in my thing to them that I'm not looking to get paid. I would just like to be sponsored by them.
Yeah.
And I would just wanted them to, because they had videos where they were making videos with some random people, like some bigger YouTubers that don't even play the fucking game. Like let someone who actually plays the game get my name out there, and then they could promote me
and voice your opinion.
Yeah, promote me, and maybe even like if there's an update, send me the thing on the computer or something like that.
So one of those access codes so that you can play it early. Yes.
Play like a version of it. I can see the update and what's going to be in the game. I can read it out and talk about it.
Yeah.
But they just weren't having any of it, and I wished the worst on them, and it happened. I did. This just reminded me. X Defiance comes out the 19th, which is a Ubisoft, which has all their games besides For Honor on it. Shooter, like Call of Duty, but with the feel of Siege. The way you move like Siege, but imagine if you could run. And probably, I think you slide,
You can run in Siege.
But this is like not so clunky.
Well, if we're gonna be technical here, being in all that gear, it would be really clunky.
It would be.
Because you have like an extra 80 pounds on your body.
Yeah.
From like your flashbangs, your grenades, because in a hostage situation you want to bring grenades. Your grenades, your bulletproof vest, your different guns.
Yeah, of course.
If we're just gonna be technical, as an avid Siege player, I just want to make sure that I point out. That game is hyper realistic.
Hyper realistic. I'm surprised they just don't nuke the house.
Dude, I was about to say I don't know how to feel about hyper realistic when one of the guys is a war crime. Bringing in his little landmine stick that he could just inject in the walls and just shoot landmines into the other room because that's illegal.
Yeah. But the X Defiant beta, or I don't know if it's beta or full release. Hopefully it's free. I think it is supposed to be free, which is huge for Ubisoft if they do this. And it takes like Ghost Recon is one of their games, Siege, Far Cry, and like a couple other games, and they make them into classes, and it says what the classes are from.
Really?
There's 2 in each class.
Okay.
So like the Ghost Recon one, there was one of the out of the 2. They had a passive skill for both of them, which was their bullets now do fire damage, so it burns you over time for a little bit, which is great if you're always like, if I would have just had one more shot. No, that fire takes care of it.
Yes,
And then the other one, I think for that one was the Molotov, and then the other guy had a crying out thing, and it would send fire out around him. And then there was like another one that could go in ghost mode. I think the Siege one was, I think a current, Kachanka.
Dude, Tachanka is so much fun.
And then I can't remember. I only played the fire guy, so I didn't really get to look at him. I only was able to play the beta for about a week.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to come out the 19th, which hopefully, as everyone's reading this, hopefully this video is out by then. But the 19th is a Friday.
Is it Friday?
It is a Friday.
Ooh.
So if you are on Friday,
how much is this game gonna be?
No, I think it might be free. Yeah, if it's payable, I can't afford it.
Yeah,
I can't get it. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be free on Xbox, and from what they were talking about, which was a huge W at the time, because people were like, Ubisoft is releasing a free shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
What
I think they'll do is they'll put out new classes, or maps that you have to buy.
I was about to say, I guarantee
which is fine. That's fine. If it's a free game, that's completely fine.
Yeah. We'll see, I guess. You were mentioning earlier something that stuck with me. You were mentioning earlier a couple different games. One game that I think has just never changed and has just been kind of just like the same all the way through.
Call of Duty?
PUBG.
To a degree. Dude. Have you played it here lately?
No.
Oh my gosh. The last time I played, there was just like those shitty cars. They have full-on bulletproof vehicles, like tanks.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I would love to play PUBG with you. I have PUBG on. You can get it on the Xbox. So I don't know if it's crossplay. If not, then you can download it on the Xbox.
Yeah.
It's also free on Steam. But yeah, next game we should play PUBG.
Doesn't it cost money on the Xbox store?
What?
PUBG?
No, it's free.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it free a while ago? Because I have this recollection.
It's been free the whole time.
I have a recollection of like years ago trying to get PUBG and it costs money.
No, it's free.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I probably
am. Breast?
Oh. I don't know. It's been...
My dogs are fighting outside because my big dog likes to think that she can trample over my little dog. My little dog always beats your ass. And
dude, that's what Shamu did all the time. Whenever we got Shamu and Faith was running on. Faith is a dachshund. Shamu, it was a Siberian Husky, a big boy, might I add. He just didn't know how large he was, so like he'd do can't speak. He'd go do something and then just be like walking and just like flick her out of the way in the process, and she'd be like freaking out, like snarling, having a snarling fit, and he just just no
care in the world.
Yeah, it's just like in one ear, out the other. It's like, huh?
I had a dog just like that. His name was Tiny, and he was kind of a bigger dog. And then we got another dog named Max. It was like an English bulldog and something else. He looked like he was just so sad, and then he moved his fat back, and he was always smiling. And he would run. He looked so skinny and he would run constantly, but he had so much skin on him, and he ended up inbreeding one of our min pins that we had. So we called him a mud puddle, which was my dog Junior, which looked like a min pin, but had an English bulldog face with the nose and everything like pushed in.
Yeah.
He was the best. And then he ended up having a dog named my other dog, which was Coco, which was a mud puddle English bulldog mixed with something else, and a full-blooded min pin.
Yeah.
Which made Junior, and Junior had a baby with a full-blooded blue heeler, and so the dog was he was probably the same size as Stevie. The son was this big, and he was massive, and he was very protective. He was such a good dog, but
dude. You mentioned that one of my favorite videos is when the guy pulls back the fat from the dog's eyes. You just see his eyes fucking widen.
Oh yeah, he's like, I can see. Yeah,
I love those. I don't understand how they can live with themselves, like not being able to see.
I don't
half
know.
The time.
I don't. Most of the dogs, I don't think that they were bred to be like that. Like to have not bred like that, but like they were bred, and that's the outcome.
Yeah.
Because there's like the English bulldog. And all that with the nose and all that, like they were bred like that for some fucking reason.
Which I don't understand why.
They're getting bred out of it now, to have bigger noses so they can breathe, because that's how most of them die. They have breathing problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
well, they do walk around seeming like they're snoring even when they're awake.
Yeah, they're trying to breathe.
Yeah.
And it's all because of
pugs.
Yeah, because they bred them like that. My friend loves pugs.
Real talk, I don't like pugs.
Really?
Yeah.
I love how we got from video games to going on a rant about dogs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just like it literally looks like you took a hammer when they were a pup and just smashed their face in. Like that's what it looks like, and I don't like them looking at me. I was like,
oh my god.
I'm like, ew.
I just imagine you're like that with babies. Like, oh my god, look at that baby.
Oh, look at that kid.
Some people got some ugly ass kids, and they need to be told.
Real. Yeah.
Because everyone's always like,
oh my
look
god,
at my baby.
He's
it's
so adorable. It's like, dude, that thing's like, it looks like it got ran over by a car.
Yeah.
It looks like you ran over your child.
I know, like, they may look good when they're older, but I was like, I did not look
right
good.
now.
I did not look good as a baby.
Dude.
My mom would be like, you were so handsome. I was like, I look like I put my head in a toaster.
I looked awful through high school.
I thought you were gonna say, I actually looked pretty good.
No, I did not. But especially in high school, can I help you?
So let me get some hair all over you.
But in high school, I grew into my person. I'll just put it that way. Whenever I was in high school, oh my gosh, I looked awful. I was lanky as hell. I mean, yes, I'm skinny as hell now, but I was even I feel like I was skinnier then. I had like a mullet thing going on.
Oh my
Hate that.
god.
Hate that.
Right, but at the time you were like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Dude.
Yeah, just overall, like my face or my head was just like 10 times larger than my body. So I look like those like Airhead commercials where like their head is like super large and they're floating. I just look like that all the time.
I had big ass ears. Like my ears are big. But they were a lot. My head did not grow. It took a long time for my head to grow in, But my dad used to pick me up by my ears and like walk me. Yeah, and that shit would hurt so damn bad.
My brother wouldn't pick me up with that, but he'd play what was called the airplane game, where basically he like grabs onto your ears and then proceeds to act like you were an airplane the entire time, from taking off the runway, from like shooting to
my
flying
dad
around. He's like, it's like.
My dad would do dirt bikes, so he'd grab your ears and be like, boom, boom, boom. And I do that with my youngest or my oldest dog, and I'll do that to her, and she's just like all ground. And I'm like, boom, and then I'll start going, and she's like she gets mad. But once I grab her ears, she'll be fine. But once I start making the noise, she's like, no, we're not playing. The other dogs are like, yay, but her, she's like, don't touch my fucking ears.
Yeah, that's how Shamu and Faith were. Faith did not like being messed with like that. You're just in your own little world.
I know. She's like, get off the table.
Go. Have you seen the videos of the cats with catnip and stuff?
She hates catnip.
Really?
Yeah. Like we try to give her catnip, and she like gives it a look, and she walks away from it. She doesn't like it.
Dude, I swear they're like on meth when you do that.
Stevie.
Like I've seen a couple of them where they give them catnip, and their eyeballs afterwards are just like.
Yeah, it's literally like a drug for them. I swear, they get really hyped about it, and they'll fucking go crazy. But she we put catnip inside of a scratching post, so she would stop scratching our couch. She refused to play with it, and then we gave her catnip and like a treat. She refused to eat it.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And then there was also like a plant that had like catnip in it or whatever. She wanted nothing to do with it.
Just give her actual crack at this point. Just see what happens.
Shit. She has enough energy. Stevie. She's a very rotten, spoiled cat.
My sister's cat was like that.
Just very spoiled.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was also a menace. Like, she was one of those cats where, like, she acts cute and cuddly.
She would scratch you?
Yeah, and then after she lays the trap, she'll take all 4 of her claws, latch onto your hand, and just start biting the shit out of your hand.
I swear, I had to knock a cat out once. I was young.
Uh-oh.
There might go the camera.
No, we're still good.
So, I was, like, maybe 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I was chilling on the couch, which was up against the wall, probably the same length as this. And I'm just chilling there, and this cat, full on, you know, seen the video of the cats attack people?
Yeah.
That's what she was doing to me. Like, she was hissing real bad. She scratched the shit out of my face.
Oh, shit.
And I tried to get up. She scratched my leg, and she went back up on the thing. And when she did, she came at me again. I just went, and I punched her, and she made a loud, like, hissing noise, and then fell down and did not get back up for a good while.
God.
And she was, like, just laying there. And I was like, I fucking killed her. And I was like, God. I might have to, like, bury her in the back or something. Or put something on top of her and go outside and act like something fell on her or something. And she got up and she kept on hissing, like, meowing really bad for, like, a good 2 hours. And my aunt was like, what's wrong with her? And I was like, I have no idea. But she never,
I don't know.
She never went around me again. She never hissed at me again.
Yeah, dude.
But I was a young kid and I'm getting attacked. Like, it was bad. I had to go to the family center because she scratched me either in my hand or my leg. It was very, like, it was turning purple.
It was a deep
So they were thinking that I got infected with something, which cats carry some diseases.
Yeah.
But it was because that's when I found out, like, I bruise very easily. So when not easily, but when I do get a bruise, it's a lot worse than it looks like than what it actually is. So they just had to put some more stuff on it, like some newer stuff. About a week later, it was fine.
Mm.
Still hurt like a motherfucker every time I even extended my leg.
Yeah.
But it was the worst. Never saw her again. But I swore, I told my wife, if we get a cat like that, they're gone. I'm not having a cat attack me.
It's gonna die.
She is even like my dog, my youngest, will run her into the ground, like as hard as she can, and she just goes meow, like, and she's not even like hurting her. She just runs into the ground just to lick her, and she just like will say meow a lot, but she never hisses.
Yeah.
Some of anything. Stevie, come here. Get away from the computer.
Uh-oh.
Come here. Come here. Get away from the computer. She's purposely trying to like knock everything over. I'm gonna do a checkup to see if Bryce who is supposed to be here, by the way, has even looked at his thing.
That'd be a negative.
To see if he's online. Yeah, it's still not on there. Well, guys, it might just be me and Tucker again. From now on.
It was nice having our third guest.
Yeah. Call Kenny up. See if Kenny wants to do it. I told Kenny that he's always down to do it if he wanted to, but the problem is he just lives
so far away.
Yeah, he would have to. We would pretty much have to do the podcast at like 11, and then have him come down, so that we do an hour or so, and then it gets done at like 12 something, and then like 12 so that he can go to work.
Yeah.
Stevie, don't do it. Don't do it, Stevie.
For the people who can't see, the cat is right behind the camera.
She's purposely trying to make this video about her. Stevie.
Oh.
Stevie.
Oh.
Stevie. Stevie. Get down.
There we go.
Come on. But yeah. I love the transition between games to animals.
Games and animals, yes,
so
sir.
The more you learn about us.
It's crazy. I'm trying to think. I haven't owned a cat personally myself. My sister did, but I have not owned one myself. I think I'm just more of a dog guy. Yeah, they're okay.
I love my cat. I had a cat before her who died, which I buried in the backyard. As it was a blizzard going on.
I remember you telling me about
literally
that.
Ice. So trying to dig in mud that turned into ice. It was terrible. And I did it for 2 hours. I was sitting outside because I refused to come in until I dig the hole. And then I buried him and put a bunch of rocks in. Now a tree's growing right where he's at. His name was Edward.
I did own hermit crabs.
So that's even more useless than a cat.
Yes. Yes, they were. I bought them at Fishbowl's Aquarium. It's not open anymore, but it used to be. R.I.P. that place. It was super cool. But like, the shells and stuff, they sometimes would like give them shells that had stuff on them. Like one of them was a football helmet. Or stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I owned 2 of them. Well, I was also the one that was so stupid. I would like pick them up. I really liked my hermit crabs, and like one time I picked one up, and I was like, well, like I could see like his claws in there. I was like, oh well, let me poke him with my finger because he'll think that's funny. And then when I started poking him with my finger, his claw opened. I was like, oh. He just watched me shake my finger. And that is how I learned that they pinch like a bitch.
Yeah, they have a...
And I like ran up to my grandma screaming because I had a fucking hermit crab stuck on my finger. And she started freaking out, didn't know what to do. So then I put it under warm water and I let go. And then I thought my sister killed them because one night I was getting ready to go to bed. And he was fucking dead. He died. He died a while ago. My sister saw him like shriveled up sitting in there. She's like, what? And I happened to come around the corner and she did this. And she picked him up and he fell out of the shell dead. Just like sprawled there. And I was like, you killed my crab!
That's so devastating. My sister fed fried chicken to our goldfish. Which they were still alive for like 2 months.
That was the best meal of their life.
We didn't know she was doing it until my dad caught her and he's like, how long you been doing this? She goes, I feed them every night since since we got them, and it was like 2 months. And
why?
I don't know. She was sneaking food in at the middle of the night and feeding them because she's like, they might be hungry. Yeah, because she would be like, I'm hungry at night. They might be hungry at night. She also put bread in my PlayStation 2. Like, she put it in where the tray is and then shoved it in there.
Oh,
people do that. Yeah. So I had to get a whole new PlayStation. And this one when PlayStation 2's just dropped.
Oh my God.
So I just got one, and
I'd be pissed.
We took it back to Walmart, and was like, there's something wrong with it. So like it's not working.
This shit broke. We didn't.
We told them like our every time we put a game in, it doesn't work. Which we took all the bread out, but like whatever was inside of it, they're like, okay, yeah. And so they gave us a brand new one.
Damn, bro.
So which they gave us because they didn't have any newer ones. They gave us at the time it was like the Elite version. It was gray. Or something, and that was it.
The Elite version.
It was fucking
new color.
It was gray, and we got an extra memory card. That was it.
I owned a pet fish one time. I don't know if I can say that on here. I might have to bleep that out. I had a fish, and it ended its own life. I think that sounds better. So, long story short, there's a creek outside my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in it, there's fish. And I caught one time. I was so proud of myself. And I put it in this bowl of water. And I was going to go put it back the next day. It was just getting late, so I left it up there. And I get up the next morning, and I go out there, and the fish had jumped out of the bowl and died on the deck.
Jesus.
And I was like, why? I had a frog one time that had heat stroke because it did the same thing. Like, I got it when it was a tadpole, and I had it in a plastic cup on my front porch.
Maybe don't put stuff in the bowls.
I was like, I thought they were cool, so I wanted to look at them, and I was gonna put them back the next morning. And I get out there, and the thing had jumped out, so I put it back in the water. It somehow survived. Like, I went later that day, and I put it down in the creek, and it was kind of just, I thought it was dead. It was like lying there for a while, and then I know where it started moving, and I'm like,
Jesus Christ!
Brought it back to life.
We used to have
a turtle. Did that once. He lived.
I never had a turtle. I always wanted one. I know a couple people who have like those big giant turtles.
Dude.
The ones that lived for like 100 years. Like one of my best friends, his grandpa had one when he was a kid. Mm. He was like 96 when he died.
Damn.
So he said the turtle was already like an adult turtle.
Yeah. So those things are slow as hell.
Oh yeah, tortoise. That's what it was. Yeah, they would feed a watermelon, and yeah, it was so fucking slow. I don't know if you have to do the whole turtle thing, but
sorry, they're like slower than a sloth, bro. I swear
they are. We had ferrets.
Those things are fun.
They smell so fucking bad though.
They stink, but they're fun.
Yeah, we constantly had to give them baths. It was so sad though. One of them died. And the other one got really depressed because that's his mate.
Oh,
he died.
That is sad.
So he refused to let anyone touch him, and he starved himself to death.
Oh my God.
And he would like headbutt his cage. Yeah, he went crazy, and like he bit the shit out of my mom really bad. And her and my dad would just let him, because they didn't know if they should take him to the vet to get him put down or. Yeah. So they just let him pass.
This bitch dead.
Yeah, and we couldn't. The sad part was we couldn't bury him where we buried her.
Yeah.
Because we switched from a house to an apartment in like 2 towns away, so we had to bury him like separate from each other, which is depressing as fuck.
Yeah. My brother dated this girl who owned one of those gigantic rabbits. I'm talking the ones that are like the size of a fucking dog.
Yeah, the fat ones.
Those bitches growl.
Oh, really?
Dude. Like, he was talking about, he went there one time and, like, he walked up to go pet it and it, like, growled at him. Like, I'm talking like a dog wanting to kill you growl. But a bunny. The size of a small child.
Yeah, those bunnies are fucking huge.
Dude. Those things will kill you. I swear to God.
They're probably.
I will never own one of those because I know I'm gonna wake up one night. It's gonna be standing over me.
Hey.
It's like I'm gonna eat
with a knife. And
yes. Yeah, dude. But it growls, dude. It's scary. It's like, oh my god.
Those people who own like fucking what is it? Like Florida people who own alligators and shit. Yeah. Fucking people who own leopards.
Well, and then they make those documentaries of like my 10-foot long python almost killed my child. Why you owning it then when you have a small baby running around?
Yeah, why the fuck would you own a python in the first place?
Yeah, and then they're like, it started strangling my kid when I wasn't looking. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah, it's a python. Yeah. It's a snake.
Yeah.
I hate when people, cause I'll say like, you're not training a snake. Mm-mm. You can't train those wild animals.
No, you can't.
Unless, like, we've trained dogs.
Yes.
To a degree, we have cats.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also
Keyword to a degree.
We've also bred. We also bred the wolf species into what it is now.
And
some of it.
Yes.
Same with other cats. They'll do the same with other wild animals. We would have to have generations of the same animal with multiple different other generations that are doing the same thing. Like, it would take 10 generations of teaching that one animal, the mom, to do a certain thing so it could teach its offspring to do the same thing. So it could teach its to a point where they don't even have to teach them. They automatically know.
Yeah, they just know.
It's one of those things like a bird knows once it leaves, it immediately has to go find the mate, find the nest. It knows how to fly.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Well, I was about to say, I think it also comes down to like just how domesticated they are. Like 9 times out of 10, the problem is like they are getting these animals that are not domesticated after they've already been born somewhere else.
Oh yeah, and then they just put them in a cage, and they're not messing with them a lot.
Yeah, that's not how that works. Like when a dog, because of the way dogs are nowadays, they are born and immediately from the moment that they pop out.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they see how everything works around them. There's people there. Like let's take a snake for example. Like that bitch cracks out of its egg, and it could have been either in the wild or it could have been in a like pet play somewhere. I don't know how that shit works. But either way, like when it comes out, it's going off instincts first. It is not, when it pops out, it is not immediately care from a human. So transitioning it to a care from a human, it's like, okay, well, it's growing up with this, but it still has those instincts because that's where, when it was born, it immediately had those.
It's not like a bird where you can teach a bird. Or
this guy said, is that a bird?
Yeah. Like, it's like big cats. Like, to a degree, like, you see it now where, like, more big cats are getting broken into being more domesticated.
I don't want to spray my cat with a bottle and then it eats me.
Yeah, bad cat. Oh, well, there you go to little Timmy. Sorry.
It's nice. No,
like, to do that to them, well, I also think, to a degree, like, certain animals shouldn't need to, like, they're just wild animals. Like, let them be wild animals.
Yeah.
Any sort of lion, to a degree, just because of there's, like, piece of shit people who hunt them. I understand that, but, like, don't keep them locked up. Like, just do better of making sure people don't kill them.
Agreed.
But the problem is now we have so many of them domesticated, just sitting in zoos because they're trying to save them / use them for profit.
Yeah.
That you can't put them back in the wild because they most likely probably wouldn't survive.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like after you put them in captivity like that, they just don't know.
Yeah, they know where their food's coming from.
Yeah. They don't have to hunt. They don't have to do anything. So.
Yeah, which would be. And it's also going to be weird to see in the future because lions are kind of going away. So, you find your song back?
Dang it! Nope. We did not.
Well, we're almost at the end.
I was about to say it is about reaching that time. Do you want to play wrap up? Do you want me to?
I mean, I don't really know how to rap. I could pop a couple bars. But...
Well, please.
No,
please, come
on. No. It was a joke.
Here.
It's a joke.
Here, I'll look up a beat for you real quick.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, too late. Too late.
I appreciate you guys. Tiger appreciates you guys. If you're listening to this, please leave a like, comment. Like that's all we really want. Just like, comment, share. if you could go to, I hate you. I'm trying to tell an outro here.
Wrap
No,
the outro.
no. If you guys could go to our Twitch, Nameless Pilot and Beat Sheriff, that would be really appreciated. Show some love there. Also, our Instagram, we've been updating our Instagram every time we pop this out, or before we pop this out, we've shared some stuff. And I think that's it.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's on the respective platform. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow whatever platform you're on. And
the link should be in the description on YouTube if you're watching.
So either way, just make sure that you go through and, like I said, you either like it, subscribe it, like it, give a comment, whatever.
Dislike it, do whatever you want. Honestly,
yeah, don't dislike it, just like it.
I mean,
if you don't like it, that sucks for you. Like it anyway. Yeah, and just make sure to follow us on all the respected platforms. Bot Podcast, Official Bot Podcast. There's an Instagram, there's a YouTube, there's a Twitch, there's TikTok. There's whoa.
That's coming later. That's coming later. Cast couch.
All right, it's time for me to go. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. With that being said, Chris is gonna wrap our outro.
No, I'm not wrapping the outro. Peace. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, come on.
No, we're done.
Come on.
We're done.
Let's hear the sick beats.
You're hearing them. You're hearing it already. I'm not rapping, bro.
Wow. As you can see, this guy's a killjoy, so you'll get to see more of him next week, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I might just do the podcast in his house without him. We'll see.
I'll just be sitting in the back corner, just. I got told to sit over here.
Got sent to the corner. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Peace out, guys.